I was going to save it for an episode. So we came back from San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
So I basically went San Diego to Hood River.
Yeah.
And we had a smattering of San Diego beers that I did not take pictures or notes of.
It's almost like you
actively
helping us out.
Trying to hurt
like
this
you
podcast.
literally snap a picture, tag a brewery, and put it in a story. That's all you got to do.
We didn't go to breweries. We were in bars.
It's still.
So we had.
Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian. I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec. So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana.
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
Harry Potter beers?
Ooh, okay.
No, that was their reaction to both of them. Because
Were they like butter beer?
So we had the butter beer, which was.
Did you actually go to?
So we went to Universal Studios.
Oh, that's right.
So we went to actual like Harry Potter land. We had lunch and everything there. The butter beer was fine. There's no alcohol in it. That's just a smoothie with the frozen butter beer, whatever. But they make Harry Potter beers. There's two different ones, like a dragon scale, something, and a whatever.
Like you think I could find it on Untapped?
Oh, I guarantee they're both on Untapped.
Dragon scale, you think?
Yep. And then I did have. Well, I didn't take notes on them. They're both like a red ale. Two different red ales are like an Irish or Imperial Red.
Okay.
They were both terrible. But they were flat and...
Carib Brewery?
No.
That's out of Cape Canaveral, Florida. I'll do in the Black Dragon.
Because that's where their main one is. And that's where like the first Harry Potter land was built.
Yeah, it tasted like they shipped it from Florida.
So maybe it was.
In an open glass.
So then maybe it was.
Nice.
So no, neither of them were any good. So I didn't make any posts about that. But we went to Padres game. Well, we didn't go to the Padres game.
You just stood at the bar above the Padres game?
We went
to the rooftop bar.
To the rooftop bar above there.
I drank way too many double Jack and Cokes there.
Oh, you went last season.
No, I went during March Madness.
This year?
No, last year. March.
I was going to say last year because we got there for first pitch and Cam went for the third round of beers and the game was almost over.
Oh, because of the pitch clock.
The pitch clock. It was so fast. Like he left going to get another round of beers and it was seventh inning. I'm going, this is insane.
No, we could see into the stadium. There was no game going on.
Oh, yeah. No, we watched the game.
Because the season actually doesn't start till what, April usually?
Yeah. So you wanted to see him. So, no, we watched most of a Padres game.
From the rooftop bar.
Yeah. And got some people very mad at us because we, quote-unquote, took their seats.
Nice.
But if your entire party leaves your seats to go get more beers or go to the restroom, those are now fair game seats.
No coasters on glasses?
No glasses, no coasters, no purses, no jackets.
Nope.
You walked up and left your seats.
And you don't tell the people, hey, we'll be right back?
You got to leave a person.
Yeah, you got to leave a person, or do you got to check in with around you?
If you're in a party of four,
you leave your drink with a coaster on top of it.
No, if you're in a party of four,
half of you can go.
Four of you can. You could leave one. You could leave a token person behind, and go. Yeah, no, we're still sitting here. If all four of you leave, take all of your stuff, all of your glasses, you're abandoning your right to that spot.
Yeah, because my point was, if you're not telling the people,
we're standing right behind you.
Like, hey, we'll be right back. We don't know that you aren't going to the bathroom and leaving. Yeah. We don't know that you're not leaving. We don't know what you're doing. You've abandoned your post.
So they came back 15 minutes later and were grumbling about how
15 minutes?
No, they went and got food or something.
No.
How about somebody took their spots? It might have been 10, but it was
still
longer than walking to the bar, grabbing a beer, and coming back.
No.
You don't get your spot anymore.
You don't.
Because honestly, for you, it would have been if they'd have been back in 4 or 5 minutes, you'd have been oh, sorry, we thought you guys left. Just take a step back.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. My hands are washed. But anyways,
yeah, we got beer to drink.
About cold as ice moves.
Cold as ice. I did not steal some. I mean, I did, but
you did.
No, they gave it up.
They did. Leaving a jacket would have.
Yeah.
Or a glass. If you left half a beer there.
I forget where we were, and it actually. I was trying to explain. Something happened, and I explained to my son the thing about putting a coaster on top of your glass.
Oh, good.
And
good. Life lessons for a 3-year-old.
He's 4.
Okay.
But he did it was we were out as a family at somewhere, and my wife was taking him to the bathroom, and he stopped, came back to the table, and
put a coaster over his soda.
A coaster or a napkin over his soda, and then walked away. And I was like, nice job, man.
Smart.
Teach him young. I have no idea what we're drinking because I don't read the notes.
So this is cold.
Okay.
Kolsch,
with an umlaut?
Yes.
Umlaut over the O. This is Kolsch style ale from Fair State Brewing Cooperative out of Minneapolis. It's out of Minnesota. I thought it was Minneapolis. 4.7% ABV.
Minnesota.
Kolsch style ale. Cold is our interpretation of the classic German Kolsch ale. Golden, crispy, and refreshing. We brewed cold for everyday drinking with an eye towards the social aspects of drinking. Fun, had with friends, old and new, shared experience and conviviality. Brewed with a particular German yeast that brings hints of fruitiness to a malty, but not sweet body, restrained hopping, sorry. Cold is eminently crushable. An eminently crushable study in balance.
We'll start to have him practice those before he gets on air.
I read it, but not out loud.
It's posted in the Untapped, so that's why I could follow along that easily.
No, I like the live read.
Well, so Brewing Cooperative, these were, as we talked about the link between home brewing and brewing. So these were, I think, 3 home brewers who were
interesting.
having drinks at a brewery and going, probably several drinks at a brewery and go, we could do this.
Oh, it's definitely never been
These
us.
guys suck. We
I
can
don't
make
know
this
that it
so
was
much
there,
better.
but then it's a co-op, so you can, and I didn't get full into it, but you can buy membership into...
so they're like the Green Bay Packers.
But you get stuff
There's
other than a certificate.
There's one in Seattle.
Do they?
Yeah.
You get
Brewing Cooperative, not one of these guys.
No.
Other than crushing disappointment is what the Green Bay Packers fans get.
I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
I think they're fine now. I think they start to feel a little bit better now that they don't have.
So this is the first brewing co-op in
Dark
Minnesota.
Retreat. Yeah, Darkness Retreat. Yeah.
So first brewing co-op in Minnesota.
I wonder how many there are in the country.
So they copied it off of, I think,
who was it?
Texas or Colorado. There was one that they had gone to, and they got the idea.
Impressed with your actual commitment to doing the research ahead of time. That's
a
impressive.
little bit. I did a little bit.
It's like he had a degree where he had to do a lot of research.
I'm literally a history and poli-sci major.
I know.
So they got the idea. I think they have 2,000 members in the co-op, and they
over 2,000.
If it was, and I looked into it. I mean, I live nowhere near there, so it doesn't make any sense. But if there was one near me where you save, I think it's $1 a pint on there.
I got the promos. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Co-op members enjoy happy hour pricing all day, every day at the tap room, plus access to member-only events and merch, first dibs on special releases, discounts on all merch and beer to go, and the ability to vote on the direction of the brewery and even join our board of directors.
Right? Seems kind of cool.
It's a brewery, a lot of the breweries have their own little clubs. And their own little things. Number one, happy hour pricing all the time, every day. All I got to do is it takes a little bit for me to look at do
the math on how many pints do I have to drink over the course of the year. Yeah,
I was actually at a place with my brother-in-law, and he goes there all the time and has a bunch of points. And he's like, "Oh, I might save up for this sweatshirt. It's you got to go 200 points or something like that." And the server, bless her heart, she was like, "That's a terrible deal." And he's like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, at 60 points or 70 points, you get a free beer.
Right.
It will cost you $1,200
to get a sweatshirt.
Yeah,
we'll sell you one for $45.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, for $45, and you get points on that by buying it through there. So you still get the points. She goes, so just
Basically, you get a sweatshirt, you get a free beer almost.
Yes, exactly. You buy the sweatshirt, you almost get a free beer, and just do like she was like, listen, we were bored one day, we just did the math on it. Like,
see, instead of getting children ready for standardized testing, it should be for
points redemptions.
Yeah, customer loyalty programs.
Oh, loyalty programs. Yeah, like, hey, tell me, like,
here's how you open a savings account. Here's how you use a checking account. And here's how you actively use.
Is my credit card worthwhile for me and the points that I'm getting, or should I be switching to a different one?
It should be an essay question on SAT. Here is this company's loyalty program. How do you maximize your dollars?
Yeah. Yeah. So there is a co-op. I'll get to the beer in a second. Sorry, I got distracted. But there is a co-op in Seattle in the Greenwood neighborhood.
Do you need more,
Holy
Thor?
crap. Flying Bike.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Flying Bike Cooperative.
I have heard of them. I don't know if I've had any of this.
I went there once. It's years ago. But like they do like set beers, and then also some of the members can get their beers brewed there. So that part's kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to hear more about like what the thought is behind the cooperative. But let's get back to that. As for the beer, Thor's already crushed his like.
But we are drinking this out of a 12. It didn't come in a 16. Usually we're drinking out of 16s. So we did kind of short pours.
I assume this is a Tavor.
Yes.
No, when he swung through Minnesota, he randomly grabbed a 6. But no, I didn't look at their distribution. Saw what it was.
Yeah. It's standard American lager color. Yeah. Like to me, I would
lager,
but I would have guessed a little more golden.
Oh, for a Kolsch.
For a Kolsch.
Yeah. It's very light visually for a Kolsch, but I think it's kind of light on the taste. Usually, I got a little more bready.
So, and that's what I was going to say is, in the description, they kind of are saying, "Hey, this is not traditional Kolsch," exactly. And they're doing a little bit different from it, and so that's why, like, I'm fine with it. I would almost rather this.
But I drank this without reading the description. You
drank it before he read it.
I saw that this was I saw the can. I was like, ooh, black and white, cold.
It's kind of a cool looking can. Yeah.
Oh, no,
I added it to cart.
You bought it before looking at the description. Yes. You didn't drink it.
You lied. You said that you reviewed all of your purchases and knew exactly what you were getting last time we talked. And I was like, did you not just like buy from Can Art? And you're like, I never do that.
No, I totally said I did that. We did that at Casa Agria.
Yeah. Which was
I don't get smashed and buy shit online.
Yes, that part's true. I honestly, I just listened to a podcast today where someone was just trashing Kolsch's and basically was like, what's the point of them? But I like this one maybe slightly better. Like this almost to me is like a Kolsch American lager blend, like feeling like there's more flavor to this than just a domestic
light beer.
Light beer.
Yeah.
This is an Americanized Kolsch.
No, I get what you're saying.
I don't want to disparage everyone. I like the tradition. Like if somebody's like, "Oh my gosh, he's disparaging," but usually Kolsch's you're drinking a little bit warmer and you get more flavors and whatnot. But this is you're getting that familiar Kolsch flavor, but it's light, it's crisp, and after you're done with your sip, you're done. Much like what our American palate has been trained to do with the macros and whatnot for lagers. This is I want to go to a store and buy.
They sell it in 12 packs more locally.
I know.
Around here.
I want
to locally to them.
Yeah. I want to be able to pick this up as a 12-pack.
Newest year-round beer.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was on their website earlier. Let's see if I still have it.
I mean, the advertisement if you're not, why is it in a box? If you're not selling it 12 packs, why is it?
That's why it's a box?
Okay. Yeah.
And they had a bunch of beers.
Oh no, it is. It says 12-pack on it. All right. So here's why Chad might be going to find more things from Fair State Cooperative. I'm going to tell you about some of theirs. Number 1, Jacuzzi Suit Hazy IPA.
Okay.
With fun can art.
Describe the can art because this is great
No, I was just trying to show it to Chad. I didn't think it was going to take that long to look at it.
Great audio.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this thing on a podcast.
They have hop water.
I saw those, and
which has been fine.
I saw Sierra Nevada just came out with their hop water.
But that's where I'm going. So they have a bunch of hop waters, and then they have Citra and CBD hop water.
Okay.
They have
CBD is great for recovery.
classic Hefeweizen style double American stout, a lager with lime puree.
All right, in
a 12-pack.
Huh.
They have
it's not my scene.
Corn lager called Kranken Foamers.
All right.
Okay. They do also have seltzers.
I think I saw some of those. Yeah.
It's called Chill State. It is called a Pineapple Express, and it is a THC CBD infused seltzer.
All right.
Think they'll ship those across state lines?
Probably not.
Probably not.
And actually, the one that grabbed my attention earlier is Cano, a cocktail-inspired beer.
Okay, what cocktail?
I don't know. That's what I was going to get to. But look at that bottle. Like,
I think I saw that.
With grapes and house-brewed aperitivo, the perfect beer to pair with cheese course and a long afternoon meal with friends. They basically recommend it as being a 1-to-1 pour with lemon sparkling water.
Huh.
Okay.
It's only 6.5%. Can only get it in the tap room, though. But
so basically, they want you to turn it into a table beer.
I'm into the funk that they're doing. Like, there's
they got a lot of cool
different
stuff,
things. Yeah. And it, obviously, like, when you have...
gimmicks.
Yeah, but
Sort of.
Not but they're balancing it because they got the gimmicks, but then they also have the one where they go, this is just beer.
Yeah. But also, if you have 2,000 people, over 2,000 people who are saying, hey, we're paying into this, we're a part of this cooperative, we're doing it. Those are people who are saying, you almost are like guaranteeing a customer base. And if you're not that big a brewery, but you have over 2,000 people that are like, hey, even if we buy no beer,
we're giving you money
every
year.
We're paying you this amount of money to do that and to be a part of it. And if something's not working, you have voices to say, hey, it's time to switch and do this type of thing. Yeah. And from what I read of all their stuff, like I stopped once I got to the beer that we're drinking. There's way more beyond it and stuff that's available. And we're talking about a lot of funky different things that some people are either saying, yes, we're doing this. A hibiscus kettle sour. Thank you. Ooh. I would gladly have that one.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
And so I like the style. They have found a group of people who are saying, we want to do funky, weird things, and we're literally buying into this. We're literally paying you.
We're putting our money where our mouth is.
Yeah. And if that brewery, how far away would that brewery need to be for you to be buying into it? That's the tough part for me. Because you're not lucky enough to always have that type of brewery. Right. We live in an area where there are breweries all around
over the place.
But I don't have a local brewery, right? I don't have one that I can just feel comfortable popping into. Literally the closest brewery to me, not the one at like a restaurant that kind of is a brewery, is a few miles down the hill in the town. Like I'm thinking Powerhouse, but it's more of a restaurant.
Yeah.
The next closest really is only open on weekends, off Camber.
Yeah.
You know, and then I got to go either into a different town or all the way to Tacoma to get the next breweries. I don't have a local brewery, but if that's nearby with all of that.
With that scene, yeah.
You'd be a part of it. I'll go out there every other week.
Yeah.
Check it out. Pick up a few things.
Yeah.
Like.
Put my name on the wall or give me a beer sign that I can keep there.
Yes.
If a spot like that was between me and work.
Oh God.
You might not make it home.
And I could stop there on my way home to grab a to-go pack.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's totally different. Like when these brewers, like you're able to set up to fill cans on site.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If I can pop in and grab a 4-pack of 16s on my way home, that changes the math because the place down on 410 that's halfway up the hill, they just reopened.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of wishing for that to be
like a brewery.
Oh yeah.
Like if that was a brewery and I could just pull off, like traffic sucks on 410 up the hill.
Right. Grab a pint and 4 to go.
The problem is,
or I can call ahead and they can have 4 waiting for me, grab it.
Well, you were going the opposite direction.
Yes, and it's on my way home, but it's, which I just found out about 15 years ago. They put the actual barrier down the middle of that highway.
Yes.
Yeah.
People used to like hang a left across that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be wild.
Right? Imagine, like, I know.
It's probably what drove the past brewery.
The
restaurant out of business.
Yeah, because, they didn't go out of business. They're down. I guess there was a winery in there. That's probably what killed the winery. Then a restaurant went in there, and they're down in the valley now.
Well, why they moved.
Yeah, but I used to have to, when we would do events there, going from work, I have to drive all the way to the bottom, get off, go underneath, come back up.
Or go up the hill, flip a bitch,
and then do the same
down.
thing. Yeah, so I work with 4 or 5 breweries within 6 blocks of my work.
Yeah, I think one of them will be trying a little bit later.
Oh, sick. Like, the reason is I don't stop on my way home because I would end up at least getting one while I'm there, waiting for them to fill my can,
Right.
So
I might as well get a flight. It's just
yeah, exactly. So,
but so my caveat would be if I would need a 15-minute walk. If I'm a 15-minute walk away, I'm 100% lock. Like if I could just, hey, you know what? I got the yard done. Everything's done in the house. I don't have anything else to do today. The dog's at the grandparents' house.
Or
I can just take a nice little walk, get my mile in.
Let dogs be on the patio.
Yeah. Or that.
And there's the exercise for the day.
That's a $15 Uber.
Also not bad.
Right? Because where can you realistically walk to even get anything 15 minutes from here or my house or even any of our houses?
But don't tell me that because I'm a $10 Uber from...
yes, because see, he's probably the best of having a few breweries within about a $10 or $12 Uber. But I get what you're saying. Like, that's where this is getting way bigger picture stuff. But like, the reason why we used to be like, oh, we want a house with tons of property, and I'm like, no, man, I want stuff. I want to walk to a coffee shop. I want to walk to like grab a couple drinks, like make it not a big deal, like find somewhere to sweep by. But if I had that, I am either, at least with this co-op, if they're that close, I get a voting chance on saying your beer sucks, let's make it better. Because the problem is if you have a brewery within 15 minutes of you and it turns out it's not good, then that sucks.
Yeah.
So Kold, where are you putting it?
I'm not shipping it in. If it was the local, if I was a member, this is a fridger.
Oh, 100%.
That's all.
Yes. If I'm within a 30-minute drive of these guys, there's a 12-pack in my fridge at all times.
Yeah, I think because hard to say what distribution is, even super locally. But man, if you could, we live close enough together.
Realistically, this is the thing we're going to see on the store shelves first from these folks.
Because they've already got it in 12 packs.
Yeah. Yes. But what I was going to say is like, the 3 of us could buy a case and split it. If it was like, hey, it's, X amount for shipping and you're going to split that and then just split up the things. Like, I think that'd be a no-brainer. Even if they're, us to Tacoma, it's either someone going out and grabbing it and doing it. But like, that's one of those that I think we all would be like, yeah, I'll take that as my
that's why
my light beer.
Yeah.
Tavor's great for grabbing the 16s and 12s. I would love to see as an option if the breweries start offering it.
Oh, full case.
Yeah. Hey, we can do this in a case.
Tavor's going to take their price though. So what's the damage on that?
Well, and I think that's the problem with Tavor. Not the problem.
But they're a distribution solution for people who want to get their beers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's almost the heartbreak
of
Tavor. Because we've had beers in that you go, I am in love with this beer. I don't know that I can spend.
I can't afford to buy
$10 a pint to keep this consistently on hand. I love what they're doing. If I ever found it in the wild, I would be all about it. But
it's the reason why I let Chad buy stuff from Tavor and I don't buy stuff from Tavor.
But it is, you are paying a premium, but it is significantly cheaper than some of these places. If you wanted to buy from them directly, you got to to make it make sense, you got to buy 4 or 6. Here,
because they don't have the system set up for it.
I can buy the 2 because they've already brought the beers in.
But that's my point. That's my point of this one. We wouldn't just be looking to each get. Oh, we'll take a 4-pack each.
No. I want a 30 bomb of this.
Yeah, like
give me a Super 12.
What's the maximum you could pack to do it? And we split the cost between the 3 of us.
We split the cost or we split the cost?
Listen, man, braces are
dude. Give me 3. Give me 3. What was it we used to buy at Red Apple Market? Like you get the
flats.
Beer. Yeah, give me 3 flats of this.
But that's what I'm saying is like this is one that like is an easy buy-in in a bigger thing.
I'm filling a cooler with this. This is a cooler filler.
Yeah, well, and I had a coworker years ago who's from Minnesota, and sort of like the Pacific Northwest, but Seattle in general gets the reputation it's always raining. It's gray for a lot of the years, but our summers are real good. Minnesota, I go.
He's lying. Don't move here.
No, never mind. It's terrible here.
Yeah, it's not 76 and sunny at all.
Minnesota, I think it's what? Snow?
It snows, or it snows, and then it's just so cold that it's just always snow around, and it's just cold and frozen and snow.
It's the land of 1,000 lakes.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, the summers are fantastic. And there's a lake like every other block, and the fishing and whatever is awesome. I don't believe you. I think Minnesota, and I think
cold
and
frozen.
This would be a perfect lake beer if it actually was sunny in Minnesota and you were actually allowed to go on a lake. This would be a perfect lake beer.
12-pack of this on the boat.
Easy.
Done.
And there's enough lakes. If you get kicked off one, then just go to another
one. Next one.
No, there's enough lakes. You have your own personal lake. Hey, welcome. You moved to Minnesota. Here's your lake.
Yeah, what's the lakes per capita?
What? Yeah, where's that list?
Yeah, I don't know. If it's 1,000 or is it 10,000 lakes?
10,000 lakes.
Something like that. They claim to have more lakes than land. If you listen to anybody there, that's basically an ocean.
Is that where isn't that a butter land
of Lakes is a butter.
Yeah.
Is it from Minnesota?
Yes. I think so.
Oh, I mean, I would guess,
I'm
right?
Look that up now.
I mean, you would think so if they're.
No, they just had a label change because of reasons that we're not going to get into for the podcast.
While I'm looking this up, Thor, do you post the.
Are we talking
news?
stories?
The stories from last episode.
2 ago.
Totally.
2 ago. The second one we didn't get to because I had.
Oh, we never even got to the second one.
We didn't get to it, so I want to cover that while I'm looking this up. Okay. I was very angry about it.
The domestic cheap beers of the drinkflation.
The other one.
Balebreaker?
Balebreaker.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Oh, damn, we didn't, did we?
Ooh, no. Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. So Minnesota is basically an inland ocean.
Okay, so what about the butter?
Okay.
So I posted this one.
Yeah.
This one comes from Kendall Jones, Washington Beer Blog, who got a shout out a little while ago on a more
now.
Would be he goes to more breweries than I wish I could go to. Got a shout out on a national broadcast because they broke the.
Hey, if you like and subscribe, someday we could pay Brian to just go visit breweries.
Please. He broke the Skagit Valley malting closure that they filed for bankruptcy, which is a heartbreaking thing. But Balebreaker, out of technically Moxie, Washington, but basically right next to Yakima, we have lamented in the past that we are a little bit homers for a domestic macro beer called Keystone.
Okay.
And they used to do a orange can hunt where during certain times of year they would have an orange can hunt. We've talked about this for other breweries in the past on the podcast. So it's like,
and it was only in the 30 bombs.
Yes, but we would say
something like that.
The 12ers might have done it. It had to be a 16 ounce. But
if you're a real orange can hunter, you were buying the 30 bombs.
What I found out with all of their seasonal cans, because Busch still does them too, is they only do them in 12 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the reason we haven't seen very many of them.
Your can.
Okay, it says summer sweepstakes, but like the corn cans,
the hunting
those are only
in 12s.
They're all in the 12s, and the orange can that I have is a 12er.
Oh, interesting. But so we've talked about, like, you want to get us in on certain things. Like, we are a sucker for a gimmick, and we'll do it. Balebreaker has a can scavenger hunt. And that, I don't know where his anger came from. Maybe it's not the fact that it's not. Keystone kind of has, like, short shafted us on some of the hunts and things recently. But Balebreakers has a golden can scavenger hunt that they've done a couple other times before. But the idea is that there are 50 golden cans in various 12 packs. They could be mixed packs. They could be single style ones. You get a can. What is it? If you get the gold can, you win a prize.
They didn't even specify what it was. You just win a prize.
Oh, it's later on.
It was like...
Does it?
Yeah.
I didn't read that far.
I think it's like, what, 20...
You get a $25 merch prize pack.
But then you get put in for the grand prize.
Yes, and the grand prize is one 4-person tent, 2 Balebreaker branded camp chairs, one $50 Balebreaker gift card that you have to use in Yakima. They have a location in Seattle. A little bit bummer. One Balebreaker branded picnic blanket, one Balebreaker branded igloo cooler, and 4 Balebreaker koozies, a prize package worth over $500.
Well, so if you send me all of that stuff,
Mhm.
and I have to use the $50
In Yakima.
whatever in Yakima,
You can take your chairs in your
I was
tent.
going to say
and
you
go
can't
camp.
be mad if I camp in your parking lot.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I would. That's what you do. Hey, I'm coming over.
I'm going to pick up all my stuff.
I'm the prize winner. I don't have anywhere to stay, but I have a tent. I have your chairs.
I have a blanket.
I'm going to be a day-long promo, and I'm going to camp on... They had just put up some better like coverage. Turns out it's hot in Yakima.
Yeah.
Moxie.
A little bit.
During the summer, at least.
They just put up some, like, better coverage for their grass area, but I've been there. I've sat in that area. There's a perfectly green space where you have some hop fields on one side and the brewery on the other.
Right?
That'd be a fantastic place to camp for the night.
No,
It's not a bad idea.
I saw that night, flashback to one of our first episodes back when we were talking about the sticker under the can promo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they listened and they stole
They
it?
stole it from us.
But they've been doing it for
Yeah, they've done it
years
for a few
before.
years. They took a couple years off.
They did it last year, but
They
yeah.
did. They took some time off because they talked about it returning.
But so we weren't as clever as we thought we were when we came up with
It turns out that's the way it always is.
right?
But fingers crossed, more local folks do it, because we do have a lot of local breweries that could do that are still self-stickering their labels and whatnot. If you put the star under the label, I'll rip the label off to make it recyclable.
Well, if we're making stickers, we could make stickers to go underneath labels for them too. I'll donate them for free as long
Hell,
as I get one of the
this-
cans that has a winning sticker.
Hell, just have somebody in the back put a with a big old fat Sharpie, put a big old X. Find the X like buried treasure.
It actually makes me think. My sister put up a pool this year at her house and is having a pool party soon. Kind of makes me think that might be my best excuse to try the Yoxie, the hard craft seltzer.
We need to
Ooh.
start crushing these to find the gold can.
So maybe I'm just going to take a gamble and go out and get a 12-pack of Yoxie and see if I can find myself a golden can in there. So it looks like they have Yoxie, Pilsner, Top Cutter, and then a variety pack.
That'll have gold cans.
Yeah, and I don't know if they have others in that, but that's what the kind of previewed ones are. So,
Nice.
oh wait,
Land O'Lakes,
Reed.
headquartered in Twin Cities. So that's Minneapolis, St. Paul.
done. Okay. I was like, yeah, we know that. That's where the brewery. Oh, he's not talking about the brewery anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so variety packs, Top Cutter, Pilsner, and Yoxie. Yeah, so if you are in the area, it's going through all of summer. I mean,
Yeah.
basically the 50 gold cans are going out. So if you're anywhere in Washington, Balebreaker, I think, distributes pretty well to, like, even
The
Oregon,
west side,
Idaho,
yeah.
like.
I didn't dig into it for this
But I
one.
think, I mean, to me, if you're getting any of the, if there's any
Almost.
brewery that's going to, I can't imagine Balebreaker is not getting into
yeah,
slightly beyond.
I almost pitched them as our next brewery review.
Yeah, we had to talk about that. I mean, that's not a bad one.
We got a couple, but that's one.
Have we reviewed ever Balebreaker?
Not since we've been back.
We did their. They had a one-off when we were doing the clam bake. We tried one of the kind of a one-off IPA. On the way back machine. I think it was an Instagram post.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to go back and think about it. Is that the one where he's wearing?
Yeah.
Captain's wearing the shark glove.
Oh,
it was so cold.
That was
with the
that was with the El Segundo, but we had the Balebreaker. It was like
that was El Segundo that he was holding.
Yeah, but it was a very gold can. Obviously, they can't use that one in this.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go do some. That's the only thing I would say. Balebreaker is one that doesn't distribute a ton of variety stuff.
They got their 3.
Yeah, they're more in their tap room.
But at my store, there's the Balebreaker. They got their
top cutter.
They got the merchandiser packs. You get your 6-pack. You got I think they have a 12-pack in the top cutter.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got everything into the single section. Make your own 6-pack. So it's a very good. They got pretty decent distribution, in my area.
We could
road trip
to Yakima. I've done it. Done the brewery tour there. They also have a tap room. Actually, if we wait until my kid is born, they have a tap room in Seattle.
Yes, we will be waiting till your child is born so you can help your wife.
Yes, but I mean,
I was just going to have like a nursery.
No, it's attached. They open it with a cidery.
Oh, okay.
And she's gluten free.
Yep.
So then it actually, listen, when I can include her, it makes her
happy. It's weird how wives like to be included in things.
Why can't these breweries start having like delivery suites? So, hey, honey, you go have the kid. I'm gonna go have some beer.
I'm already taking orders of what.
See.
I'm stuck in our fridge.
You have fun being stuck at 5 centimeters for 12 hours. I'm out.
I'll be at the bar and call me and let me know what it is.
It's like when the
love you, bye.
When the grocery store opened a bar inside of it. It lasted until COVID, but it was like
I am so mad.
You didn't know about this?
I am so mad. My store,
the one here,
my store bar has not come back yet. Where is it? I want it back.
The problem is
I want a growler fill on the way out. I want to go shopping and get a growler fill on the way out.
The problem is it was the community that I was a teacher in.
Oh, so you couldn't.
And it's at the front.
Yeah.
Like everybody who checks out and walks by, and it's like I can't be the teacher sitting in the bar at a grocery store.
Right.
Like drinking.
Grading papers.
Yeah.
No, you want the thing full of teachers so everyone goes, oh my God, my child's a shithead.
Yeah, but never came back after COVID. But they literally have a bar in the front of the grocery store.
Yeah, mine just sells whatever sports.
It's clothing,
whatever sports team merch at this time.
All right.
Hey, I didn't read again, so tell me what beer we're drinking.
Yeah, so talking about local and something we'd be a part of. So this is from Dystopian State Brewing Company. So this used to be, it probably still is, my youngest brother's favorite brewery.
Oh, really?
His go-to spot when he was living in Tacoma.
Huh.
So I've been there. I found this out after.
Is he a D&D guy?
He is a D&D guy.
That's why. They have like a big table set up just for people to come in and like play D&D, and it's got cup holders and like.
Nice.
Yeah, so we haven't played there, but I've been there several times actually.
It's a great game for beer.
I was just there for the first time in years.
Hey,
not too long
caveat,
ago.
This is an episode later. Is D&D a beer game?
Absolutely. Well, my son doesn't drink yet, but he is 11.
I've never played, and sorry, I don't plan on it.
Yet.
No.
We're going to be sitting in the retirement home, and you're going to have to play D&D. It's like they're playing shuffleboard and bocce ball right now.
Home,
we're going to be playing D&D or
just
Halo.
Give me a drink. Oh, I'll play Halo. Let's go. Yeah, I was just in Dystopian State.
Brian would be a ranger.
What?
He'd be a bard.
Listen, I feel like I'm kind of nerdy on stuff, and then I come and hang out with you guys, and I'm
just
like, what in the world?
No, he'd be a barbarian. He'd want to hit everything. He'd want to do it.
Yeah, but he'd forget to rage.
Yeah.
Just ask my wife. I don't forget to rage.
So what's a barbarian that doesn't want to rage?
So as I was trying to say, I had just gone into. I'm just going to talk over them. I just went into Dystopian.
Yeah, you don't have to spec into weaponry with a monk. You can just be two-handed.
I hate them so much. What's worse?
I've been playing Diablo 4 lately, so I'm really into this.
I don't know what's worse is the pickle beers, or you guys just refusing to move on from the nerd talk.
All you want to do is talk about beer on this beer podcast. It's ridiculous.
We got to have a little variety.
Fine. Do you want me to give you a couple minutes? Do you need to finish?
No.
Do you need to...
No, keep going.
I forgot. Those games take too long for you to finish in this amount of time.
Yeah.
Popped into Dystopian State for the first time in years. The space is pretty phenomenal. It was a little quiet on a Thursday, but wonderful, like, giant space. Like,
are they downtown or more?
They're pretty downtown.
Do you know where the McMinimans is? The
like,
big Elks Temple, the big
2
white.
blocks
They're like 2 blocks up the hill from them.
Got it.
But so cool space.
Love the can art.
Well, and that's why to me, when I asked, is he into D&D? Because I feel like everything they do, even can art, all that type of stuff, just kind of fits in all of that. So why don't you tell us what we're actually drinking?
Yeah. So this is Black Circle American Stout. So it's an oatmeal stout, and they got live read by Alec again.
Patented.
Circles represent order, a continuous line rolling back to itself. While the circle may suggest a continuum, it also represents the force that rules our cosmos, chaos. Like the emblematic serpent Ouroboros, it represents the infinite return of cyclicality. Order from chaos, but such things always return to where they began. Black Circles are American stout that is dark and foreboding as our future. But there is comfort to be found within its inky depths. Up front, smooth roasted flavors of coffee and chocolate surround your palate, which give way to layers of dark fruit and caramel underneath. Ooh.
Huh.
A full and silky mouthfeel provide the perfect medium for these flavors to be delivered. The Black Circle is forming, and what they will bring will be our undoing. Chaos, emptiness, and darkness is the burning trident at the center of the abyss. The circle began with 3, but its reach grows by the hour and will eventually consume all.
That is. We need people they need to rein this stuff in. Like a little. That's a long one.
That feels like it was written by me, but
that
would be something I write.
Yes.
Like.
No, I agree with you.
We need 3 sentences, but can you do it in 6?
Yeah. Yeah. How about 3 paragraphs?
This wasn't auto. This is almost on the metal episode.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because that's why I picked it up and I grabbed it, can art, and then when I was re-looking at it, and I think I had a couple of them, Dystopian State. I'm like, that sounds familiar. Oh no, I've been there several times.
Yeah.
I've probably had this in a flight or 2.
I did 6 years ago.
Oh, there you go. So this is Inky Black.
Yeah.
That is a very dark American stout.
No, even putting it up to as much light as we can in here, and you're not getting anything through.
And I think I brought 2 or 3 of these here for review like a few weeks ago, but I consumed the rest at my house.
Mm.
So I've had
I know why.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
My wife did ask what the hell I was drinking because the can is very metal.
It coffee aromas, not as like you're not getting coffee bitter taste. I don't feel like it. It's a little creamy.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's like an espresso head.
Yes.
Right?
That's a good way to think of it. Yeah. So this, when you think about it, it's like more of like your standard stout. A lot of times, I think it's hit or miss. You either get a standard stout that is lacking body, flavor, general things. It's just like, nah, yeah, that's a stout.
Yeah.
Or people feel like they have to go to the like, we've imperialed, we've barreled, we've done all this stuff. And this has just, this at 6.5 is quintessential, just like, almost like clean American. I guess they call it an oat stout instead of an American style. So you're getting a slight different variation of it. But I think it's a really good version of just oatmeal stout, clean, not too boozy. 6.5 is kind of standard.
Yep.
You're not having 4 or 5 of them in a night. I mean,
No,
some people might.
no.
Some people might, but
adding to a flight, having a pint, especially where my brother was at, he was probably like 6 blocks away. So it was an easy walk.
Yeah.
Then you could have a couple of them and get back home. He was working nights at the time, so I wonder what time he was showing up and grabbing a pint of this that didn't look weird.
He was working nights?
He was working nights when he was in Tacoma.
God, they don't open till 5 on most weekdays. 5 to 10? So, but he would have
been off Thursday,
must have only
Friday,
been
Saturday,
weekends
though.
then. Yeah.
You could grab this at like at 10 a.m. I think it'd be the earliest.
Okay.
Tell me more about that thought.
Well, so if you were a brewery tap room that you were open for kind of a brunch, I could see this if you were working the night shift and you got off like at 8.
Oh, so this is 10 a.m.
Yeah.
If you're on your way home from work, not on your way to start the day.
Or hey, how about this? You know, he's living in Tacoma. Imagine this: you get off work, you start at midnight, you get off at 10. Get cleaned up or go work out in the morning, go have your breakfast, have a beer, go to bed. If I was working the night shift, or if I'm a normal human being,
this would be an after work beer.
This is my work week is done. I'm having this beer.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Because I know this should be a 1 pint beer.
It's only 6.5.
I know, but I'm going to have 2 or 3. Especially if I'm going into doing a campaign. I can see myself sitting down, having this, and then going, you know what? I can have another. Like sometimes with the stout, like
fills you up a little bit.
Especially with one that's over 5. Sometimes it can be
Stouts usually tend to be.
It can be a little overbearing.
Yeah, most are going to be over.
Yeah. But it can be overbearing and like you want to move something else. But I could see myself having
couple of these
of this.
I like that this gives you a lot of the key hits of stout flavor, but you're not having to go into the imperial. You're not having to go to the barrel aged. That it's still on the like not as boozy side. Yeah. That I can have a tall boy of this, or I can have a pint of it, and it's not gonna like sit me down. It's not like we've talked about before. Some of those other ones are just too sweet or too boozy.
Right.
They're like, I got to sit with it for a really long time.
This is a good mix.
Yeah, this one can drink smooth, drink a little quicker, but it's also just not, I mean, it's still hitting at a general IPA average of ABV, so it's not going to like wreck you and do that sort of thing. I pulled it up. I did think it's interesting. So they're only open Thursday through Sunday. I wonder how much that says about just the general area. Like there's not a lot of businesses in that area, so you're not pulling in like, because they're also only open 5 to 10 or 11 Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday noon to 11, noon to 6.
Yeah, because they close early for a air quotes bar, brewery.
Yeah, but I think it's just that area of Tacoma. Like there's some housing and stuff, but like there's not a ton of businesses in that area. So you're not pulling like an early crowd. I popped in there about 8:30 on Thursday, and there wasn't a lot going on, but it must have not been D&D night. So
could be because we tried to stop through after seeing Maiden at the Tacoma Dome, and they were already shut down.
Oh yeah, for being like a 10 or 11
Friday, Saturday night or something. Yeah,
yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, just for those of you looking for places to go after a concert in Tacoma, Odd Otter open till 2 a.m.
There you go.
Yeah. Is there more in the can?
There is. You want to top it up? So this is a beer fridger for me because it has been in my beer fridge, and like I said, I bought a 6-pack, and
you actually drink it.
This is the last can. I think there's one more for pictures.
There's one more for pictures.
But the other ones all got consumed.
Yeah, this is...
The can art is almost deceptive because it looks fancier than it is.
But that's just their thing.
It's their style.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad.
It's not a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
Label art by.
I couldn't.
Freshwaterbay.creative.com, and there's an actual signature that I can't read, but I at least have better eyesight than Alec.
Big ups to whoever made the can art. Love it.
If you put that poster on your wall, your mom as a high schooler would think you were worshiping the devil.
Yeah. I don't know if I posted about it, but did I ever talk to you guys about the fact that I went to a brewery that had rolls of can art?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that they
you can take a sticker home.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 different beer types, and it was just like a sign that was like, "Hey, free stickers." And it was just like a roll of just the can art.
labels.
Like, yeah, it's not like it was bigger or smaller. It was just like snap off a few, and you can just like put them up as
on your fridge,
stickers somewhere. Yeah,
that's cool.
Overrun.
What?
When you do printing projects commercially, there's a certain percentage of overrun. So that you either got those are probably overruns, or they went, we ran out of beer.
That's cool. I mean, it was none hit me at the time of like,
yeah.
I also, and no disrespect to that brewery, I have an absurd amount of stickers and coasters that I've collected over the last 10 years that I still have no clue what I'm doing with, but I just like have them collected and put aside.
You don't need to add to that aggressively.
It needs to be, and it was some.
Okay,
I was at a brewery, new one the other day, and I grabbed a coaster and I think I gave it to my son to give to my wife, and he was like, Dad says we need this, and she was like, oh, do we?
Nice. Okay, so before we wrap up, real quick, what would be the one piece of beer merch you would like people to start doing instead of a coaster or koozie, which you have a plethora
I also didn't
of?
fridge this, but yes.
You didn't fridge this either.
Oh.
We'll think about your question while you fridge it.
This is a beer fridge. This is a fall-winter beer fridge for me.
Okay.
It's perfectly sippable right now, but this is kind of a stouts period. I want to be fall-winter, even though disregard my Instagram postings because that's for the content. Very delicious, but when it's hot out, I think I want something a little lighter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Lighter visually, but overall, fantastic beer.
Well, during the summer with the sun out, you don't want something so ominous.
Oh, do you?
As this.
Because yesterday I was poolside.
I do my blood sacrifices during the winter solstice.
I was poolside drinking a 15.3% barrel-aged stout.
Oof, where were you poolside?
My sister's house.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Oh, yeah, we're poolside
here.
We're poolside right now.
But I do get what you're saying, and I think I like the idea of this one. To me, this goes for sure at least beer fridge, and then seasonally moves into my main fridge to have a not imperial stout that I think has a lot of good flavor, and it's not as boozy that I can like have that dark beer without it. Like I like having those really big beers. Like the one yesterday, it's a 12 ouncer I split with someone.
Right.
You know? But having this, and if someone comes in and they want the stout, but they don't want the booziness, this is a good one. But it's good for those different times to have. I lean towards dark beers in the winter and fall, those types of things, but I'll drink it year round, just depending. But if I'm just going to a bar and grabbing one, I'm not grabbing the stout. I actually grabbed their barrel-aged pale ale when I was there last time. Really good, too. But so I get what you're saying. So I'll go beer fridge, occasionally moves into my main fridge.
Nice.
All right, so you're talking merch that isn't a sticker or a coaster?
Yeah. What kind of merch would you like to see that's not a sticker or coaster?
We got to go sticker, coaster, koozie. Because those are the three.
Coaster, koozie.
But like...
So I'm a sticker...
That they will let you take freely from those.
I guess. So I'm a sticker hooker. Like, I love stickers. And I got an entire workbench covered.
I was like, do you put them on stuff?
Yeah. I got a workbench that's just covered. And it's a workbench that I can fold up and take with me whenever I never move. That they're going to send for free?
That's nothing.
Like, you walk out of there, like, hey, is this on the table? Like, just imagine, is this on the table? Like,
if I came up with a good idea, I'm not telling you on the podcast because I'm going to go sell that somewhere. because sticker koozies are not for free.
But you're giving them away.
And like bottle openers are not for free.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I don't need 15 bottle openers.
Okay, but how many beers on your loyalty program do you have to get? You have to sell. Does somebody have to buy before they get a beer opener? Okay, beer opener. How many?
Once you sign up,
how many beers?
I'll give you a beer opener when you sign up.
If it's a cost one, yes.
Like a
if
keychain.
not,
you spend $25 to join.
Yeah, if it's
whatever, I'll get a keychain bottle opener for you.
Yes. You sign up, you get the koozie, and you get the coaster and the sticker for signing up. You get bottle opener
or koozie
after you like pay for a little bit. Koozie's the next step up,
right?
To me, then you're going maybe hat, t-shirt,
all right, so
sweatshirt,
freebie. Take home would be branded cardboard 6-pack holder. The collapsible 6-pack holder would be the other freebie one. So if you
I don't use them a lot, but I did grab one that I had left over.
But if you were
especially with somebody, you can take home cans.
If you got take home cans in your brewery,
I put a bottle and cans in mine because I couldn't grab the pack tech because I wasn't using all cans. Do you know what? Not giveaway, but something not everybody does that would be fine every once in a while. Pack of cards.
A little bit more cost.
It's got to be, but that's what I'm saying. It's got to be a higher level. It's not a freebie, but
especially if you're a place that has like, hey, come play games at the table and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh,
take the cards.
If you're dystopian, do you get a branded D20?
I don't know what that means.
I'd have a bucket of them at every table.
The dice that's like a weird shape with all the numbers.
Oh my god, it's almost like he's nerding out a little bit. It's rubbing off on him.
And guess what? A D20 has numbers 1 through 20.
That would have been my guess.
When you're playing craps, you're playing D. When you play craps, you're playing D6 times
2D6.
Yeah, that's D6.
That's a card/dice game. I can get behind.
Craps is a modified version of D&D. Don't at me.
Or is D&D a modified version of craps?
Where you're playing the house.
I bet your craps has been around more than D&D.
Has been.
Probably.
And other than the
dice games have been around
forever. There's no correlation.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wouldn't that be wild if D&D became like a thing in Vegas in like 20 years? But you could show up and you have a character linked to the casino. Hey, welcome to Caesars.
I mean,
we have your barbarian at table number 20 ready for you.
Chad, are you just coming up with new business ideas?
Don't at me, Vegas.
It might. I don't know about Vegas.
At me, Vegas.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't put it in Vegas. There's no reason to have that anywhere near the sun. They're not going outside.
No.
Nobody goes outside in Vegas. Everyone just goes from
this
one air-conditioned cave.
In the non-stupid hot times, I always make it a point to go outside.
Well, I love walking the strip, but
most people in Vegas most people in Vegas go to dungeon crawl in some dankly lit.
Their hours are
cave.
like 2 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah, most of Vegas is people are doing a dungeon crawl.
I don't know who we're disparaging at this point, but I feel like we're cutting out some
We're hitting
people.
everyone. You know what? We need to end the episode.
All right,
very good call.
Cars are moving on the track. Our glasses are empty. Hopefully yours are too, and we will catch you next time.
There's no way they finish this race.
Anyway, we're going into this. Do we want to touch on drinkflation or best 23 cheap domestic beers?
The drinkflation one's interesting because I got some thoughts on it.
Okay, let me grab some glasses. We'll start with your thoughts on that, because all we got is a beer to review.
If you are picking up what we were putting down, please like and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. And reach out to us at A Beer Review on social media if you have a beer you would like us to review.